What would it feel like to walk with God? Not in metaphor, but literally. To step beyond the veil, to leave behind the earth, and to see what no mortal has ever seen. That was the destiny of Enoch. Genesis tells us, Enoch walked with God. Then he was not, for God took him. A strange phrase. No death, no grave, simply taken. But the Book of Enoch opens the curtain. It shows us what happened when he was taken, and what he saw when heaven itself unfolded before his eyes. Enoch is led by angels into the heavens. What he describes is nothing less than the architecture of reality. He is brought before the throne of the Most High. Rivers of fire flow from beneath it. Palaces of crystal gleam in dazzling light. Angelic hosts surround the throne, singing in voices like thunder, their faces blazing like lightning. The sight is so overwhelming that Enoch says his body trembled, his soul melted, and yet he was sustained by the Spirit. Imagine it, a mortal standing before the seat of creation, watching the lawgiver of the universe surrounded by living flame. But Enoch's journey does not end there. He is taken through the storehouses of the cosmos, chambers where the winds are kept, where the snow and hail are stored, where the paths of the sun and moon are measured, and where the stars are weighed. To modern readers, this might sound like poetry, but to the ancients, it was revelation. It was a blueprint of the universe, encoded in vision. The cycles of heaven mirrored the cycles of earth. To disrupt them was to invite chaos. To honor them was to live in harmony. In other words, reality is law. Break it, and reality breaks you. Enoch is also shown the calendar of heaven, a system of solar and lunar cycles so precise, scholars today marvel at its accuracy. It anticipates astronomical truths that would not be rediscovered for centuries. For Enoch, this was more than science. It was sacred time. Why? Because time itself was holy. To live out of sync with the cosmic calendar was to live out of sync with the order of creation. We often think of time as minutes and hours, but to Enoch, time was alignment. To walk with God was to move in step with heaven's rhythm. Enoch's visions also carry him into darker places. He is shown the prisons of the fallen watchers, chained in caverns of fire beneath jagged mountains. He sees the abyss where their children's spirits wander, restless, cursed, hungry. He sees the fates of the wicked, cast into shadows, cut off from the light. But he also sees the destiny of the righteous, clothed in light, dwelling with the elect one, shining like stars forever. It is a journey through heaven and hell, a revelation of both judgment and hope. And here's where it becomes more than ancient vision. If you look closely, Enoch's journeys are not just descriptions of the afterlife. They are lessons, encoded teachings about the structure of reality itself. The throne of God symbolizes the ultimate source of law and order. The storehouses of creation reveal the principle of exchange. All things flow, all things balance. The calendar of heaven shows the law of rhythm. Cycles govern everything. The prisons of the fallen show the law of consequence. Break the boundary, and even angels are judged. Enoch's visions are a map, not of geography, but of principles. They whisper that everything is connected. Heaven and earth, seen and unseen, body and spirit, all bound by hidden laws. This is why seekers today are drawn back to the book. Because beneath the visions lies a code. The universe is not chaos. It is structure. It is rhythm. It is law. Because what Enoch saw was not just for his time. It was for ours. So why do his visions matter today? Because they remind us of something we've forgotten. Reality has order. Life has structure. There are laws written into the fabric of existence. Ignore them and collapse follows. Align with them, and life unfolds with clarity. The Watchers broke the law and fell. The giants devoured the earth and perished. But Enoch walked with God. He aligned with the rhythm, and he was taken into light. That is the path hidden in his visions. Corruption leads downward. Alignment leads upward. But the most haunting part of his journey is this. Enoch himself was changed. In later tradition, he was transformed into Metatron, the archangel, the scribe of heaven, the voice closest to the throne. A mortal became immortal. A man became an angel. The line between human and divine was crossed, but not through rebellion, as with the Watchers, through alignment, through walking with God. This is the secret of his visions. Not all ascent is rebellion. Some ascent is transformation. So, what do we do with Enoch's visions today? We take them as both warning and invitation. A warning that even angels fall if they break the law. An invitation that even mortals rise if they walk with it. Enoch's book was banned, erased, hidden. But it returns now because its message is needed again. In a time of chaos, it whispers order. In a world of corruption, it whispers law. In an age of despair, it whispers hope. And maybe, just maybe, it whispers to you. In our next episode, we'll explore Enoch's most terrifying prophecy, the flood, the end of the giants, and how his visions reach into the apocalypse itself. Until then, remember, knowledge is power, but hidden knowledge is transformation.